That's disgusting, Kat. Don't talk to me about that.
Oh, you're so bloody sensitive.
Let's
Bloody sensitive.
We're
Right.
we're rolling.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Kat Baker Show, the longest running podcast in the world. All right. Number 1 podcast in the Philippines and number 35 most popular comedy interview podcast in Saudi Arabia, hosted by Kat Baker, voted number 1 person in the UK. Can I just say, though, quick thing, okay? The Kat Baker Show might be at some point no more, right? Not the finishing the podcast, but I'm thinking about changing the podcast name. All right, so I'm just putting that out there. I'm guessing with this episode, probably won't have figured it out yet. Or maybe I have. Maybe if I have figured it out, here's the new podcast name here. If there's nothing there, then it means we haven't figured it out. All right? Anyway, bloody hell. Today, we have 2 people calling in with some very interesting insight into 2 very particular fetishes. That's right. I want to get into the psychology behind fetishes. I want to be like, why are people so turned on by weird stuff? Right? And I thought, what Beth? I mean, my audience is full of horny men with freaky fetishes. So why don't I bloody utilise that? You know, they want to talk to me. I want to talk to them. Let's hear what they've got to say. So, we are now going to speak to 2 gentlemen who have kindly agreed to share their time with me and give me a little bit of an insight into their lives. And let's get into it. Here is the first caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for letting me call you.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
What shall I call you? What name? You don't have to give your real one.
Call me X. Call me X.
X.
I'm an X. No, I'm an X right now. Call me X.
I like that. Okay, X. Right. So we had a brief conversation, right? Would you mind?
Yeah.
And we're talking about fetishes.
Yes.
Would you mind explaining what your fetish is?
Well, like I said in the message, I can go into a lot of detail about how it came about, and I can't really explain a name for. I don't know if there is a name for. I don't know, but basically, so as I said in the message, I have a micro-P NIS, which again, nothing I'm ashamed of. Hence my open discussion, right?
How big are we talking? Inches?
1.5, maybe less.
Wow. Okay.
Like, insanely tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hence the name X, because I'm about to be an ex-husband. So
Oh.
this is how it all came about.
But that is, I just want to touch on that. So you have a micro penis, but you got married, right?
Yes, we were married for 7 years and together 16.
All right. So I just want to put that out there for the guys with micro penises out there. That it doesn't stop you from finding love.
No, it doesn't. It's not the be-all and end-all. It's really not. I mean, the marriage breakdown was nothing to do with the bedroom. It was life. If you want to, it's irrelevant. But it's nothing to do with the fact of the size of the manhood. Because like I say, 16 years together. So it wasn't a case of. Yeah, and basically to get back on the topic, we're having an argument one night. I don't remember what the argument was about because there was plenty of them, and she out of nowhere swung her foot into my balls, basically.
Right.
And I fell to the floor naturally because
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
Why wouldn't? But I don't know what it was. Something like. I don't know, something triggered, like, in my head. That wasn't painful. That was quite exciting. I didn't tell her this because I didn't want to give her the, at the time. I mean, she just kicked me in the nuts. She kicked me in the nuts over an argument. So it wasn't like, oh, by the way, do that again. No, it was like, but I didn't feel like, oh, my God, I'm doubled over in pain. I felt exhilarated, if that's even the right word. And then, so...
Did you get hard?
Well... given what's there, like I've just, there was...
It stiffened up.
Yes, there was a moment of whatever was there did stand to attention.
Right.
And she caught wind of that And she called me every name under the sun. You sick freak, you perv, the usuals, basically. And I didn't intentionally, It wasn't like, oh, she's going to kick me in the balls, I'm going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And because I didn't expect to be fucking kicked in the nuts, right? So
Yeah.
she looks at me, and then I look down, and I'm like, awkward, but okay. And then so a couple of days passed, the argument was forgotten about, and then she asked me outright, did you enjoy that? And I just, without hesitation, said yes. And then we were getting changed for a night out, and I was obviously like putting my shirt on and stuff. So I was like, I wasn't standing up. I was like looking in the mirror because the mirror was quite low down, right? And so I was sitting there and I was getting my shirt on and what have you. And she it was accidental. She stepped backwards, and she'd stepped on it. This is what started to, And she'd stepped on.
Oh.
And she had no shoes. It was just a foot. It wasn't like a stiletto or whatever. It was just a foot. And obviously, I didn't have my shorts. It's me and my wife. I don't have to have my fucking. It wasn't like, oh, you need to be appropriate. I was in the process of getting dressed, and she'd stepped on it with the back of her heel, right on the back of her foot. And again, same scenario. It got hard, and she was all apologetic. She was all apologetic because it wasn't. It wasn't like a planned thing where I was sitting there. I knew she was going to step. It was just we were getting dressed. We were in a rush. She hadn't even got her shoes on to go out. She stepped back and she'd stepped on it. Totally unintentional. But again, it was like, to me, it felt like, I'm not spiritual or anything, I'm not, but it felt like a sign, you know what I mean? Because it had happened twice.
A come to Jesus moment.
Ironic, yeah.
Yeah.
Come to Jesus. Yeah, I like that. It was. It was like.
Did you come?
So she did. I did, instantly.
Whoa!
Instantly. It was like. Because it was a lot of pressure, because, she didn't, because she didn't know where she was stepping, she didn't know how much pressure I put, It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to step back, so it wasn't like limited pressure. It was literally a full foot stepping backwards. So the full foot, like, the full pressure of her foot coming backwards, she placed it on the floor. Well, it obviously wasn't on the floor, but she didn't know it, So it wasn't like, I'm going to do this intentionally. And again, that was the start of that. So we introduced it into our routine, shall we say, because let's obviously with now size and stuff, sex wasn't always possible, so we over the years we'd introduced like a number of different things. Off topic, but some examples were like wax play. She was into wax play and stuff and things like that.
Yeah, can I ask a bit more about the micro-P NIS, right? So
Yeah, of course.
so is 1.5 inches, is that it hard or soft?
That's it hard. So soft,
Wow.
it's even less. It's even less.
So is that considered a medical condition, or is it just the way it is?
I have no idea. It's not something. Again, I'm not embarrassed to openly talk about my fetish. I'm more embarrassed to go and find out if it's something that's normal. You know what I mean? As silly as that sounds, I'm more open to talking about things I like rather than going to get a medical explanation as to why it's so small.
Right, yeah.
We've even tried like I say, 17 years almost together, we tried things like Viagra's and stuff, and they did nothing.
Okay, so so can you penetrate women with it?
Yeah, it goes in. Mm-hmm. We have had sex. We had a child, so
Yeah.
it's possible. It's possible.
And and how have you been with many women?
No, that's another thing. No, I hadn't. She was the first one I'd been. We were together from when she was 16. I was 18. I'm now 35.
Right. Okay. So
now I'm in a situation where I've been by myself for the last 14 months, and I've just lost interest in a lot of stuff. My mental health's gone downhill. I'm going through a lot in my personal life as well, so I've not really. We're not even divorced as yet, so.
Right, and are you thinking about starting dating?
No, because I'm still naively fucking hopeful that everything else that's going on, we can turn. You know what I mean?
But can I ask, like, if you were to start dating someone new, Right. But is that something you would let people know before you had sex together? Or is it just something...
Again, it's one of those things because I've never thought I would be in that situation. I genuinely don't know how you know what I mean? I don't know how I would approach it because A, after being with someone 17 years almost, it's not a situation I thought I would be in again.
Mm-hmm.
And B, now I am in that situation, it puts more questions than answers, if that makes sense. I don't know how I would approach it. I don't know... Because it's quite a strange thing to be into. I mean, even from the person's perspective who's into it. You know what I mean? I don't know how the average person would take it, accept it. I mean, society, as you know, is a fickle thing. It's like, you know what I mean? Judgment is real. You know, judgment is a real thing. So it's not something that's crossed my mind yet because I'm not back out there or I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's not... I guess it's one of those, as of right now, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
So do you like, so as part of the like being stepped on, right, do you like her making fun of the size of your penis?
Yes, that's another one, yes. Yeah, humiliation and degradation is another one, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Again, I don't have the answers to the opposite end of I just know I like. You know what I mean? I genuinely don't know. I just know that one night on that side of things, the size thing, and we were drunk, and she said something, and it stuck.
What did she say?
It was really, to the average person, it was really offensive. She literally turned around to me and says, "Well, unfortunately, that baby dick's going to be no use for me tonight, so I may as well get a toy out." She literally referred to it as a baby dick. Like, wow. Fully grown man with a baby dick. I was like, yep, okay, cool.
And then did you watch her use the toy?
I helped her use the toy.
Right, and that got you hard? Yes,
but again, she says, keep that thing away from me because, again, I want a real man tonight. I don't want a baby dick.
And that kept did that make you even more turned on?
That finished me in mere minutes.
Wow. So do you usually come really quickly, or is it just the humiliation stuff that makes you come quick?
I've never really thought about it on you know, like on a... I mean, I'm not, like, that's another... Yeah, I suppose, yeah, you could say I do because, I mean, that was another thing she would often, like, really? You finished kind of... You know what I mean? So, yeah,
right.
There was always a tendency to be over and done with.
Okay, on average, right, when you would have, like, penetrative sex, how long do you think you'd be going for before you'd come?
A good 7 to 10 minutes. So, to me, that's reasonable.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah. That's good.
Not like, 45... What? 45... No, yeah, a good 7 to 10 minutes. It wasn't like in and out job, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, she had a very, very high sex drive, so she could go for, like a long ass time.
And are you able to go multiple times in a row?
I can go multiple times, but I can go like the 7 to 10 minutes, say, and then I would have to stop for maybe 30, 45 minutes and then go. You know what I mean? I could go again the same. Absolutely. But I mean, she could finish, go to the toilet, go shower and go again.
Yeah, that is just being a woman, yeah.
I didn't want to be the one to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like... So let's say when she was like, oh, I want a real man and stuff, did you guys ever talk about like her actually having other men?
Yes, we did. That was another one we did. Prior to us separating last July, we talked about it a lot. It was something that we actually had a friend willing to be the other man. We never actually got round to it because obviously life happened and now we're not together. But
a friend? How did you know him?
We met him through nights out about 12 years ago.
Right.
So he was a friend for a long time. It wasn't just like, oh, we met this random guy at 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a random thing. It was a you know, it was well thought out. We had scenarios planned out, but we just never got a chance before things went shit to live it out, if that makes sense. But was the plan for you to watch them fuck? Well, I was into that idea. She was less into it. We hadn't really come to it. She was more a case of, she always said if she was going to do it, she would tell me afterwards. Mm-hmm. I would rather have watched, but I suppose it wouldn't have mattered either way because, I mean, we always, you know, we had that mutual, I mean, it was 17 years together. We always said, look, it doesn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter because that sounds really fucking, I don't mean to sound like a dick. Not that it doesn't matter. That she was coming home to me regardless of what she was doing kind of thing.
Right,
if that makes sense. It wasn't love. It was just for the physical side. You know what I mean? It wasn't love. It wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Whereas what we had was a family. Do you know what I mean? That's to us both. That's what mattered. But there's no harm in the other stuff as well. You know what I mean? You know, it's 2025.
Yeah, and so do you watch porn?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I've literally I've totally. I don't know. Just I mean. I guess after 17 years, you don't think you're not going to be with the person. And then, so the last year, I'll be honest, I've taken a real mental beating. In the sense that I've barely seen my daughter in that time as well. I've got a lot going on in my personal life. So yeah, no, porn hasn't really been on my... And with all these new laws that have just come in as well, you've got to have ID to get on a fucking porn site nowadays. So it's like... But no, I've gone out to a strip club more than I should have done. Got really drunk and chucked a lot of money at strippers. But
did you get them to humiliate you or anything?
No, it was just a case of you go there, they dance for you, you leave. You know what I mean? It wasn't like.
Have you seen escorts?
No, because a lot of that shit is like they have bosses and shit. You know, like and not to sound like a dick, it's like for you know, I don't want any of that shit. You know what I mean? I do still have a daughter. Whether me and my wife get back together or not, I don't know. But you know what I mean? I do still have a daughter, and I want her to grow up with respect and not knowing. Oh well, Daddy was paying for. You know what I mean? I don't want any. I don't want any of that shit.
Yeah.
So I've thought about it. Don't get me wrong, because I mean the nights are lonely as shit. But again, it's very pricey, and it's like, is it really worth it when you've got a fucking? Do you know what I mean?
Do you use stuff like OnlyFans?
I've dabbled, and again, I think I could put this money so many other places, but I haven't found the right person who is open enough to, you know what I mean? Open enough, and again, I get that, you know, people have to charge what they have to charge, but again, it comes down to a lot of it is financial from my end.
Right, yeah.
But if I found the right person willing to engage in what, you know what I mean?
I think most girls on OnlyFans are willing to do that.
I think what it is with them, I don't believe it in a sense. You know what I mean? To me, they're not. They come across as genuine, but a lot of them aren't genuine. It's because they're getting paid. And I think.
If you were out in public, right?
Yeah.
And a woman, let's just say a random woman, was like rude to you and belittled you for something unrelated to your penis, let's say she was just mean to you, would that turn you on?
No.
It'd have to be related to your penis.
Or in a sexual manner, you know, in like a role play or what. I mean, if I would just see her as a rude passerby, as if like, what you're being rude for? You know what I mean? I'd be confused more than anything. Yeah.
Damn. I thought that was maybe a way I could go around turning men on. Just being mean to them in public.
You know, it is. Again, I suppose if you want to look at it from the other side, it's never happened, so I don't know.
True. Could still happen.
It's like, how can you say you don't like cake if you've never tried it? It's like eating ass, right? I love doing that to a woman. I would never have it done. I would never have it done to me.
An ass connoisseur.
But I love doing it, right? So. And everyone says, but if you've never tried it, don't fucking judge it. But you could, they shit from that, they piss from the pussy. What's the difference?
True.
Men have spent decades eating pussy. It's like, what's the difference? It just adds flavour.
So do you like it if it's a bit shitty?
Not intentionally, but it's not going to be off. But you know what I mean? It's not going to be like...
You don't prefer it shitty?
No, definitely not. There's not a preference, but it's like, again, it's not like, oh, this bitch is disgusting. No,
Yeah.
We can't all be fucking preem to perfection 100% of the time. I mean, again, it's not something I would have a woman do to me, but if she's into it, I am more than happy to oblige.
Do you like having your penis sucked?
Yes, which obviously, from my wife's perspective, as a quote would be, well, it ain't worth me doing, is it? It's pointless.
I guess it would be more of just a licking motion than a...
Yeah, I was going to say it would probably
sucking.
be more of a... Yeah, there wouldn't be much sucking there to do.
I mean, it is... I mean, that is essentially the size of a clit. A big clit, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. A swollen one, maybe.
Yeah, so it'd be like sucking and licking a clit, I guess.
Starting to get a little bit, yeah. Not going to lie, that topic was a little bit of a turn on.
Really?
Yes, it was. You got me a bit there.
Oh, dear.
You did. You got me a bit there.
You and your clitty.
Oh, behave.
So if I was like you, so if right now if I was like you pathetic baby dick with a stupid clit, that would turn you on?
I would rather you didn't say it while we're on the phone, but yeah.
Right. Wow. Good to know. That's quite funny that someone could use that against you at any point, like if you're having an argument. I could just be like,
and if she was an attractive enough female, then it would really go against me in every sense of the word.
Right. Yeah. You'd be powerless.
Pretty much. Yeah, admittedly, yes, pretty much.
Oh, is there anything else you think we should know about why you think this is? Well, yeah. Why do you think? Do you think there's anything?
I think with a lot of men, again, obviously, it's a stigma in society that men can't be into this. Men, you know what I mean? A man should be masculine. A man should... No, I think that's bullshit. And I think all men of all shapes and sizes should know that all things are possible.
True.
And if you are into something and she's not, then either move on from it or move on from her.
Yeah. And also having a micro penis shouldn't hold you back, if you think about the amount of... women have sex with women, and they don't. Well, there's no penis involved.
Women don't have dicks; they use double-sided dildos. So clearly, they must want a dick of some degree.
Yeah, or it's more. Yeah, I guess it's more the internal stimulation.
This is the thing, and like I say, I mean, we were together 16 years, so there clearly was some sort of internal stimulation.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Have you ever used a strap-on?
I have, yes.
Ah, so like on top of your micro penis.
Now, for context, again, this is going to open a whole other door, so let's be ready for that one. We both have, just for, there you go, there's some more.
So you've been pegged?
Yes.
But
she was reluctant. It was one of those things where I was clicking around a few videos and the idea just wouldn't leave my head. You know what I mean? Like when you see something so much.
Yeah. But
the idea wouldn't leave my head, so I brought it up to her. She felt, I don't know if she felt pressure. She didn't like doing it. I enjoyed it. But then you have worn a strap on yourself. Yes, I have, yes, to try and give her more stimulation, if that makes sense.
And did that turn you on?
No. Because
it's a bit humiliating, so you would have thought...
It did and it didn't, in the sense that it was plastic, obviously. It was black. It wasn't flexible. You know what I mean? Because it was like... It didn't turn me on because now if that was somebody else's doing it to her, whatever colour it was, it would have turned... You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But because it was me, it felt like I wasn't being my real, authentic self.
But then was there not an element of it's like, oh, my baby dick's so pathetic, I've got to use this strap on?
Oh yeah. In that respect, it was, well, so this is what I've had to resort to. See what I mean? So you are just as pathetic as she says, and that would get the turn on stimulation going, and that would make. But obviously, it was, and hella contraptions to wear as well. It's like fucking putting I don't even.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have dabbled in strap-ons and double-sided dildos and all the rest of it, and
Quite
but
yeah.
we did, like I said, we had 17 years, so I mean, literally, this is gonna be. I mean, she's not here, so it doesn't fucking matter. Spooning, right? Is you literally when you're lying behind someone, yeah. Well, we got together so young, and I feel bad now, but she was so naive. I had managed to convince her that spooning was taking an actual spoon from the kitchen and sticking it inside a pussy.
Right.
So we dabbled in that.
And does she like that?
No, she wasn't impressed at that.
Right. So it wasn't.
I was a bastard forever and this, that, and the other. How can you say that's spooning? Well, it's a spoon, and it's used in a sexual act. It's now spooning, right? There's logic there. But she wasn't amused. She was more, like, say, her dark sides were more like wax play and things like that. She was more into like pouring the wax out and I mean, that's something I wouldn't even agree. I like no,
So
thank you.
if you were going to date someone in the future, would you want them to be willing to do some humiliation on you?
I mean, again, it would depend on the person, on our connection, and I wouldn't ever hide it from a person because then that's, you know, I mean, I would feel like I'm cheating, I'm hiding something from them. Any person I date now in the future, they will know about it. I mean, it's going to be awkward because, I mean, we had 16 years together, so, you know what I mean? It feels like restarting it, which is hard enough as it is. But, yeah, I would never, ever hide it. I mean, I'm talking to you about it. It's, you know what I mean? I would never hide, because it's not like it's...
Do your friends know you have a micro penis?
All my guy friends do, yeah. I mean,
okay.
all my friends that I've had for years, the friends that I've still got from like childhood and stuff. It's not something that, I mean, we've all gone to the toilet in like a club. We've all gone for a piss at a urinal and.
How is pissing?
Next to impossible. I mean, a lot of the time, it sounds, again, I'm going to turn myself on here unintentionally. A lot of the time, humiliatingly enough, I have to go into a cubicle and sit down. So the piss doesn't...
Like a woman?
Like a bitch, yeah. So the piss doesn't go everywhere.
Wow.
Because I can't exactly hold... You know what I mean? A guy goes for a piss, he holds it, he pisses, he shakes the drips, he puts it away, right?
Yeah, and you can't do that.
Because there's not... I mean, I've got to literally put it between my thumb and index finger, but then you risk the piss going everywhere, and that's more embarrassing to me than going in a fucking cubicle.
Yeah. It's better for people to think you're doing a poo than to see a micro penis, I think.
Not even seeing it, because again, it's whatever. Let them see it. I mean, it's better for me in an embarrassing sense.
But if you dribble it all down yourself,
that's it. Then I'm covered in piss, and that's even worse.
Yeah.
Because it's not even someone else's piss. It's mine. If it's someone, again, back to that. If it's someone else's piss, fine. If it's your own, that's a whole nother level of. Especially in like a club, and if you come out the toilet and there is a fucking attractive woman there, you're like, oh shit, now I've got to deal with this on top of that. And so I would rather just go in a cubicle, sit down, nobody knows what I'm doing. As far as they're concerned, I'm having a shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. So let them think I'm having a shit for all I care.
Exactly.
If they're sad and, oh, well, he's having a shit, well, why are you thinking about that, you fucking weirdo? That makes you worse than me in that moment.
Maybe they have a shit fetish.
Again, I'm not going to judge anyone's fetishes because mine range from, like I say, from being stepped on to being... Yeah, we've done, again, off topic, but we've done the golden shower treatment. We've done...
Wow.
I've done the drinking. I mean, I've never been shit on that. That is where I draw the line.
Yeah. I think a lot of people draw the line there, yeah.
It's the smell. It's just... But yeah, we've done... well, like I said, we had all that time together, so we opened a lot of doors, shall we say.
Yeah. It has been really great getting to know your history and your kinks and what it's like living with micro-P NIS. We're going to have to make a move now.
That's absolutely fine.
But thank you. This has been so fascinating to me.
No, honestly, it's been great to get it out. Again,
yeah.
Wrong word. It's not out, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah.
If it was, not like you'd see it if it was, but yeah.
Right, true. It's hard to see a clit, so it might be hard to see.
Hence why it's so hard for many men to find it.
Exactly. It's so small.
But it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling, X. Yeah, and thank you, and good luck to you and your baby dick.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
But wow, that was. I've never actually spoken to someone who has, like, I think like a micro penis. Like, I think I've interacted with people online who have like 3 inches that have like sent me pictures. But wow, 1.5 inches. That's what, like that? I mean, that truly is just a clitoris. That is mad. But you know what? Kind of loved his attitude. Being like, yeah, it is what it is. Because I do think when you got a micro penis, you've kind of got no choice but to have a small penis humiliation fetish. Right? I think if you're someone with a small penis, a penis that fucking tiny, but you want a woman to be like, oh, I love your big cock, you're just kidding yourself. So I kind of almost think you just have to have it. You just have to have that fetish. I mean, if I was with a man with a small penis, like a micro penis, I would rather humiliate him than try and pretend that it was like, God, I love your cock, you know?
What kind of woman marries a man with a micro penis, do you think? Like, obviously it's more than that, but do you think someone could be in love with someone and go, I love you, but I can't marry you because of your micro penis? In this case, obviously that wasn't the case with our guy, but
I think any woman who can just see, I could marry a man with a micro penis. I actually could, I reckon. But then I'm also like bisexual, well, kind of. So like I've had feelings for people that don't have dicks before. So for me, I'd probably just try and see it as like they're like gender non-conforming, you know. I'd be like, you know, they're like a man with kind of a pussy. Like a clit without a hole, I guess. So that's how I would look at it. But yeah, that was very interesting, to be honest. We've actually got someone else we want to have a little chat to about their fetish. So let's do that now. Could it get weirder? Let's see. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Let me just make sure I'm set offline at work because I don't want them to hear any of this. But yeah, no, not bad. How's your day going?
Good. So we're here to talk about a little bit about your fetish.
Yeah.
Would you mind explaining what it is?
Yeah, I mean, broadly, I'm into rubber and stuff, which is obviously not that weird. But yeah, more exclusively, really into wellies, which is quite laughable, really.
Really into wellies. Wow. So how the hell did that come about?
I mean, I think if I think about it, I can sort of trace it back to when I was maybe like 8, and just probably not knowing I was turned on, but really like enjoyed going into a shoe zone and smelling it.
Wow, shoe zone was your sexual awakening.
I think it was either that or I can't remember what that gardening program was, but yeah, it was definitely a mix of that.
The gardening program.
Ground Force. It was
Ground
Force. Yeah.
Well, wait, is that the one with? Wait, is that the one with Alan?
No, I don't know if it was Titchmarsh at that point. I can't remember the name of the woman who was on there, but yeah, she was always in Hunters and Waders, and yeah, bit of me at a young age.
Did anything happen? did anything sort of happen to you when you were younger involving wellies or anything that you think could it, or was it you were just drawn to them?
I don't know. Spent a lot of time around farms, so maybe that was it.
Did you have a crush on a girl who was often in wellies or something?
I don't know. There might have been like a farmer's wife or something. Maybe sort of a bit of a sexual awakening there. But yeah, it's just always been there. And then I think only in the past few years it's sort of been like, oh no, this is a big thing. So yeah, but I am aware how funny it is because, like, you know, the classic is like a big pair of stiletto boots or something, and I'm here just like, yeah, chuck some mucky hunters on that sound.
Right, yeah. Right, so wellies. Right. So can you not finish without thinking about wellies?
Oh no! I mean, I'm on SSRI, so finishing's a bit of a it's a tough one anyway. But
I've never had that problem on SSRIs.
Really?
What ones are you on?
Well, I'm sort of, I've managed to find like the dream dose at the moment on citalopram, so I'm sort of, it's a lot better than it was. But I used to be on sertraline, and it was awful. It was so bad.
Yeah, I'm on citalopram, and I actually come very easily, so that's
all right. Show off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it used to be like rubbing myself red raw and then just sort of crying, but now it's like,
okay, yeah,
most of the time it's okay. But no, it doesn't. I don't always need like wellies or rubber to come, but it really is. It's definitely a benefit if it's around.
yeah. So do you get turned on by wearing them, or do you just like looking at other people wearing them?
Yeah, a bit of both. It's, yeah, I like wearing them, and other people wearing them, but yeah, it's not like I can't just sort of look at a boot sort of solitarily in a shop and just be like, oh god, I'm actually gonna have a wank now.
Yeah, that'd be a nightmare.
It sort of needs to be you know, modeled by somebody that I also find attractive, or just on myself. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a welly wank. But yeah, there's like, it's not like, it's kind of.
Wait,
rare,
do you ever wank
Yeah.
into the welly?
No, because the problem is, a lot of these things are quite expensive, so you don't want to go ruining them. Like, it's actually a really funny story. So in the sort of world of people who get turned on by wellies and waders and the like, there's what I would consider sort of like the white whale of boots that you can have, which is a ridiculous concept, but yeah, I think they're called like the Gates Course Fisher, and they're like these big thigh-high waders, and you always see pictures in like old rubber magazines of like just blokes in their 40s stood with their cocks out wearing these waders, and it's like, oh god, I really want a pair. But whenever they come up, it's either like perverts are buying them, or it's people that are really into old fishing equipment. And they're usually like £450, £500. They just don't make them anymore. They're like really rare. So you sort of have to come to terms with the fact that, no, I'm not going to spend £1,000 on wellies. That's absolutely insane.
So you don't have them?
Wow. So this is the thing, Kat Baker. It's, so I was like pining over them. I was like, oh god, I'm never going to be able to buy these unless I win fucking lottery or something. And I was like trawling the internet. I was like, surely somebody's got to have a pair and not know that they are like wankers deluxe. And I was at home and I just got this new laptop, and I was like visiting my parents. I was on Facebook Marketplace, like furiously typing in like rubber waders, like thigh-high waders. But Facebook Marketplace is such a shit website. I didn't realize I'd opened a chat with my dad, and I just sent like 7 messages, all capitals, just saying like rubber waders, thigh-high waders, and all this stuff. So I had to go downstairs and be like, oh god, autocorrect on that laptop's a bit fucked. I don't know why it's just sent all of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really embarrassing. I couldn't find.
So have you told your dad that you're really into fishing?
Well, this is the thing. I was a vegetarian at the time.
Oh
So
no.
it's like, no. But I sort of brushed it off. I mean, I think he's such an innocent man. He would just think, oh,
You were trying a new hobby.
yeah, he's just like, oh, he's probably seen that. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I got out of that one, and then was on Vinted one day, and just like on my, do you have a For You page on Vinted or whatever it is suggested? I saw them and I was like, oh my God, up for 20 quid. And it was literally like divine intervention. So I bought them immediately. And then this poor little old man, this like old guy messaged me, and he was like, oh, thank you so much for buying these. I just want to let you know they've got a hole in them. I'm selling off a lot of my old fishing equipment. And I was just like frothing at the mouth, just like, I don't care about the hole, just send me them. So this guy sends me these waders, and they turned up, and he put a handwritten note in there saying, I hope you have as many happy fishing trips in these as I did.
Oh
Which
no.
so
You
devastating.
pervert.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's just like, you poor naive old man. I'm gonna wank in them.
And did you fuck the hole that was in them?
No. The hole was too small even for me. So
Right. Did you?
Yeah.
So do you wear them?
Yeah. I don't leave the house in them. I'm yet to leave the house in them. Occasionally when it floods, I'm like, oh, maybe this will be the time. But you know, it's that.
Do you model them for other people?
Yeah, I've modelled them for other people.
And do they enjoy that, or are they just trying to?
I think it's that thing. I think, like, you know, if it's like a vulnerability thing, isn't it? If somebody shares what they're into with you, then it's already quite a nice, intimate thing. So I think as long as it's not really beyond the pale, people are just like, you know, they enjoy it with you. I'm pretty, like, I find it absolutely hilarious. Like, I do find it ridiculous. So I'm not, there's like a good sort of portion of shame about it, but in a sort of hot way. I'm not like, oh God, I'm such a freak. I want to shag in wellies. I'm like, oh God, this is really ridiculous.
Yeah,
but,
you've got to laugh about it, right?
You have to laugh about it, otherwise
You'll
it just
cry.
becomes. But I mean, there are I'm not on FetLife anymore, but I used to be on there, and there was this group. There's this group called Wading Weirdos in Hertfordshire, and they would get like all dressed up in like waders and big rubber coats and everything, and go for a walk around the woods and then go for a pub lunch. And which is really sweet, but it's just like, I know that if I'm donning all this kit, I'm going to be hard as a rock, and I can't go and eat a roast with the rest of you.
True.
If I'm sat.
So have you been to many music festivals?
Do you know, I've never been to a music festival, but
do you think it's probably for the best that you don't go?
I think it is. I go to a lot of steam rallies.
Wow.
God,
Yeah.
painting such an awful picture of myself. But yeah, I go to a lot of steam rallies, and there's loads of people around them there, and it's just like, I went on a nice Christmas walk with some friends, and we went to this like posh country pub, and it was like being in some sort of barber/hunter outlet shop. And it was just, it was awful. I had to go and have a wank in the toilet. I was really embarrassed about it. But
Did you?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh wow!
It's ridiculous. I like to think of myself. It's just
like
nice...
so, and it can be. Is it like anyone wearing it, like men, women, just wearing the wellies?
It tends to be. I think it tends to be more women, but yeah, sometimes I think because the type of men that I'm into is a bit more specific.
What type's that?
Like, just like a big sort of manly man. And I think you don't tend to see them with their hunters tucked in.
No.
But yeah, I think it's quite an optimistic view of the world. It's finding the joy in the everyday. You know?
I guess. Do you prefer like clothes tucked into wellies or wellies against bare legs?
I mean, it's like asking you to choose between your children, isn't it, really?
Right.
Yeah, I can't answer that one.
So if you were at a music festival, would you generally have to wank like all the time because of all the wellies?
No, I don't think so. I think this was a coming together of just. It was a very situational thing. I think I'd be able to save myself. I'm not going to go and wank in a hot Portaloo. I think every man has to have his limits. I think that's probably mine.
Yeah, that would be sort of staring down into that abyss of all the shit that's down there.
Yeah, it's not. And I'm a wrong young man, but I think even I draw my line at staring into 3 days of shit and piss.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that fun.
No, not at all.
Is there a favourite colour welly you have?
No, I don't think there is. Red's always a favourite.
What do you think about that welly throwing sport? Does that turn you on?
No, you don't get anything from the throwing of them. I think, it's never been something I've sought out. Mostly because I think it could just be too tempting. Like run onto the pitch or something.
You could be the pole that they throw the welly onto.
That's not a bad idea. You've unlocked something. That's not a bad idea at all. Both arms up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I meant your cock as well.
Good luck landing one on that.
Right.
Yeah. Again, the Satama Pram, But yeah, it's an affliction, that's for sure.
What, the welly or the willy?
Both.
Right.
Both, yeah.
Do you think you have autism?
I mean, hey, I don't want to self-diagnose, but many have said yes.
Okay.
But I think, I don't even think. I think for many reasons outside of the wellies, but yeah, it's probably there's something there. There's definitely something there. There's a hint. I don't think we dodged the bullet entirely.
Yeah. Well, this has been quite fascinating.
Good. That's nice.
Yeah, I've been really intrigued by I'm also going to be keeping an eye out on Vinted for these big old waders.
I would, because you can make a lot of money from them.
Yeah, and it'd be tax deductible for me.
Well, that's nice actually.
Yeah.
Even if you aren't a fan, there's money to be made.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, this has been great, and my God, I wish you all the luck on your welly loving adventures. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. This has been great.
No worries.
Shout out.
Please give me a shout. Yeah,
will do. Thank you.
Cool. Catch you in a bit, Kat.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, bloody hell. Wellies. He is well into wellies, you could say. That was quite, that would be the fact that he had to masturbate in a pub because he saw so many people wearing wellies. That is absolutely bloody hilarious, to be honest. Quite fascinating. I thoroughly enjoy it because I think it's when a fetish is silly. It's just, I think it's quite funny. It's hilarious.
It's also good that they acknowledge that it's silly.
Yeah, when a fetish is like, I want to kill someone, that's not funny. It's not funny. But wellies is funny, So very British as well. Well, no, actually, I guess American fishermen wear like waders and stuff like that. But
I think it's more like non-city boys, like farm boys.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was fascinating, guys. And guess what? We are talking to more people with fetishes over on Patreon. What? Yeah, you got to get your ass over there where we go even more into detail and into even more weird fetishes. So go check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. Comment down below your weird fetish. Huh? Message me maybe. You want to... No, comment down below. We need to increase engagement. Comment down below. Say, I have this weird fetish. Out yourself. I'll enjoy reading it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.